Looks like we're live now. As you guys can see, I changed my location. Sorry for the delay. Just a lot of things going on. 7:32 now. I hope somebody's watching out there. But yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff here. We've got some 2XO, some Clyde Mays single barrel, some Jimmy Red, good old Jimmy Red. I also have the Dark Arts Whiskey House barrel pick that we did when I was in Kentucky. So right here, it's pretty hot in here, even though this is a wine cellar. So I'm just gonna take this off. Hopefully I'm on the correct live. Let's see. Okay, perfect. I'm on the correct live. Looks like. Yep, one person watching, two people watching, a few people watching actually. That's good. Always a pleasure to have people watching. If you're here, say hello and let me know what I should try first. We have a few people here. But yeah, this live is going to be a lot of fun. Let's see if anybody is in here from Facebook. Just waiting on Mike. Let's see if Mike is here. I'm just gonna add the message on Facebook. I'm super pumped to try new stuff today. Soon I'm going to change this back into a whiskey collection. So I'll put all my whiskeys, all the good stuff in here instead of the wines. There's actually some really old wines in here. There's not enough space to show you guys, but let's say this one. This one's from 1968. It's a Chateau Ukium. I don't know if some wine nerd out there who's watching randomly might be able to tell what that's how that's pronounced. If you're watching, say hello and let's get the party started. So I've got some good stuff here. Let's see who's on. Okay, perfect. We are live now. I just sent a message. Maybe somebody joins. Let's see. Anyways, so let's get to the business, which is tasting some good old whiskey. So first off, I'm going to start things off light with some Rough Rider brandy cask. Let's see here. Perfect. That's the microphone so that you guys have better audio. We have a few people watching now from Facebook, YouTube, and StreamYard. If you just came in, congratulations, you didn't miss anything. So that's good. 2XO right here, Clyde Mays, Jimmy Red, the Doc Holiday 11. I don't know who put this here. I have some more stuff that I could bring in if people want, but that's what I have. And then back here hiding, I have some Dark Arts Whiskey House. So first things first, I'm going to start things off slow with some Rough Rider brandy cask. I also have the Rough Rider 8-year-old, which tastes phenomenal. I don't know if I should open it today. Good old Rough Rider with that metallic note. Because every time I have Rough Rider, I don't know why, I get a metallic sort of note, which is probably because they use copper still instead of a steel column. It's exactly how I remember Rough Rider. It's a really good starter bourbon. Not my favorite. I'll just say it. Not my favorite, but still really, really solid for the price. And it sort of tastes like brandy, which I like because I like brandy. I like the fruity notes. So that was Rough Rider. Let me get myself a spit cup uh, to dump stuff out. Perfect. I left to get some spit cup or some dump cup, but I got myself some more J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey. So when I first started in bourbon, this J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey used to be my favorite ever whiskey to sip on, just because of the way the texture is. And you know what's unique about this? The first time before I was a bourbon nerd, I didn't really care much about what I'm tasting. So what I did, not to say that this is bad, but what they do is this is not bourbon. They use 98% bourbon. And I don't know why they use bourbon. They could have just used American light whiskey, but they choose to use bourbon. Um, Everything's bourbon, and then 2% is sherry wine. So they use sherry wine, and they actually add the sherry wine. It's not a finish. They just blend the sherry wines with some bourbon. So that's a unique concept, very interesting. But if you like sherry wine, I would highly recommend it. It looks different. The label looks different. It's a white label now, but it's really really good. And again, if you guys are watching, um, send some love, drop something in the chat. Let me know if you guys have had the J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey. Um, my personal opinion, these two I think are the same price point on the shelf. So the Rough Rider brandy and the J. Rieger. So which one would I pick? Depends on my mood, but I would probably have to go with J. Rieger because it makes me nostalgic of the first time I got into bourbon. So J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey. And I'm just being honest, I like Rough Rider a lot, but this nose is just crazy. It's a sherry. It's not a sherry finish. It's a sherry blend with some sherry wine. Yeah, the Happy Warrior. I have that too. Mike, good to see you. Cheers, man. Oh, the camera is a little far, but I'll make the trip. I have a Nulu glass today, so cheers to that. But yeah, if you get your hands on some J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey, it's you might not like it, but it's different than anything else that you might have tried. So yeah, and out of all of this here, I know which one's my favorite. But yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, the finish is very very obviously sherry, so you can tell that there's some mixing going on here. But the taste and the smell, it's like it's like a really really good bourbon, like a high quality $200 bourbon that you might find on the shelf, like a 10-11 year old bourbon from one of the big producers like Wild Turkey or whatever. The finish kind of gives it away though. So yeah, you get what you pay for. So still, I think the best two bourbons you can get for the value, these two. Well, this is not a bourbon, so if you want to call it a bourbon, I'll take it. Might not open it, but let's see. So AJ's been wanting me to show you guys the Rough Rider 8. So this is the Rough Rider 8. But yeah, that's the Rough Rider 8. Mike, we have something new. This is the Clyde Mays single barrel, 5 years. So let's try that. And then I have some Jimmy Red, good old Jimmy Red. I'm going to actually clean my palate. Good. Water tastes good. This is just an old wine that was just sitting behind me, so I'm just going to put it back. I don't want to break it. Oh, wow. It has a lot of cotton candy notes. A lot of cotton candy. And the taste is just caramel. It's just pure caramel. Feels as if you're drinking caramel syrup or the maple syrup that you get over the pancakes. That's what it feels like. But in the end, maybe it's like a maple syrup finished in oak, like a bourbon oak cask. Because there's that oakiness towards the end. Yeah, very, very, very oaky towards the end. But then the start is very, very caramelly. It's very smooth. Just goes down the throat. Got the Rough Rider 8 in my last box. A bit of single malt peated notes. If you want, Mike, I can open this one and we can try it together. So swap some notes. That's really good. Okay, if I were to rate these three, because they're like similar price point, I think. That's hard. Just because this is a single barrel and not a blend, I would probably go with this one as my first pick, my first choice, and then second, I would give it to Rough Rider. You know what? It's pretty tough for me to choose between these two. These two are like have their own mood. So yeah, Clyde Mays single barrel. So that was Clyde Mays single barrel. What do you guys want me to try next? Let me know. I have some 2XO, some Jimmy Red, some Doc Holiday 11. Mike, perhaps you tell me what I should try next. But in the end, I'm going to try this one. This is my favorite barrel that I got from my Kentucky trip. I'm going to get it in a month or two. It's going to get bottled. Clyde Mays dessert in a bottle. Yeah, it is. That's why I said maple brulee syrup, maple syrup in the bottle, because when you just sip it, it's so thick and viscous, it just goes down like caramel. So yeah. Perfect. Mike, which one should we open? Looks like Mike is chatting here, so I'll give you the honor of actually, it's my honor that you get to pick my next sip of bourbon, whiskey, whatever it might be. It could be this one. This is not a whiskey. Oh, this is not a bourbon. It's not a whiskey technically. That's why they call it the Kansas City whiskey. Because when you blend sherry wine into it, it changes the flavor. So legally, you're supposed to call it something other than just straight whiskey or whatever. So they call it Kansas City whiskey. Oh, that was close. One thing about this bottle is that it slides through if you try to hold it. This is pretty slippery, but 2XO. Wow. So 2XO was started by Dixon Dedman. Dixon Dedman is the guy that started Kentucky Owl. Kentucky Owl is basically the company that recently filed for bankruptcy, but he sold this company and then started 2XO. So the 2XO stands for double oaked. Every single batch that he releases, it's double oaked in different series. I'll just read off the label. For a little bit, I'll say that the Sneakerhead Blend is the fifth release in the Icon series, a collection of limited time small batch blends. So this is not a single barrel; it's a blend. Um, each blend is unique, created by blending stocks from my finest barrels and crafted using my double barreling process. The Sneakerhead Blend comes from my love and passion for sneaker culture, as well as collectibles that represent one's unique sense of style. And that's Dixon Deadman. This is the Sneakerhead expression. So yeah, that's they have the Jordans, Air Jordans on the front of the label. That's cool. I like the label. I like the glass. Let's see how the whiskey is. I don't think I've tried this one. Oh wow. I'm getting some vanilla. Actually, that's not vanilla. It reminds me of Star Hill Farm, which is a wheat whiskey. Oh my god. This okay, the best way to describe it is it's Clyde Maze but more viscous. It's Clyde Maze but more viscous. The finish on this is also smoother than Clyde Maze. But it also has a sting to it. So it's not as it's smoother, but it's not as soft on the palate. So I don't know how to explain, but it's it has this sudden sting that just goes to you, probably because it's a higher proof bourbon. It's a lower proof bourbon. So Clyde Maze is 105 proof, 2XO is 104 proof. So yeah. You know what? That's good. Yeah, I'll give it that. It's really good. In the finish, I'm getting some cinnamon, some spice. So it starts off being the sweet creme brulee, Clyde Mays older brother type of vibe, and then it ends in this spice kick that just comes in, and it's not the alcohol sting. It's more so like a rye finish. But yeah, yeah, that's really good. And our tradition is that I try the blend of all the dumps at the end of the pours. So that was Sneakerhead 2XO. Which one's next? Which one do you want me to try next now? So I've got the Jimmy Red, the Dark Arts Whiskey House, which is my single barrel pick. Actually, it's not a single barrel, it's a blend of two barrels. Probably my favorite here. Then the Dark Holiday 11. So Mike says Jimmy Red. So I'm going to try the Jimmy Red right here. It's a what I call this bottle. It's a Scotch drinker's bourbon. So it's not as sweet. It's got more malty, not peated. It's not Isla Scotch. It's more malty. That's how I would put it. It has those beer finish notes in the finishing, and then the corn is not as strong. But let's see. It's not as candy, and I like candy, so I don't not a big fan of Jimmy Red. That's just, but a lot of people are because of the way people like Scotch. I don't. So when somebody's getting into bourbon, you know, they like it. What do you, Greg? Cheers, man. Waiting for you. Good evening. Mike, what do you think of Jimmy Red? I feel like you might have tried it. So in the nose, I'm getting a lot of sponge cake. I'm also getting some barley notes, like some bready notes. And it's way more viscous than both of these whiskeys combined, which I like. I like the viscosity, but it's so malty in the end. It's like as if I just ate sourdough. It's not sweet. You know what? In the end, it becomes like cornbread. You literally feel like you just ate a cornbread. I don't know why, because it starts off being this wheat whiskey type of malty note, like beer note, but then it ends in this cornbread. Like I just can't get this out of my head that I just ate a cornbread. That's literally what I feel. And at the same time, it's so viscous, so viscous. And I'm sure this is lower proof than these. It's 95 proof, but yeah, this after you have a high proof alcohol, a high proof bourbon, try drinking this. I think you'll like it after high proof. I don't I don't like. No, it's not a winter wheat. So it's actually used. They use this corn variety which nobody uses. It's called heirloom Jimmy Red corn. That's how it gets its name. So the Jimmy Red corn actually almost went extinct, but then they got the corn back because these guys harvested it, and then they got it back. So that's the story behind it. What I was told is that this corn is way more high in oil content, so the whiskey itself is way more viscous, which I can tell because if you spin this around, look at the legs on this thing. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it just sticks to the wall, so it's way more viscous. It's got these almost like graham cracker cereal type notes towards the end, but then it starts off with like harsh, not harsh, very strong malty notes. It's harsh for me because I don't like single malt scotches, but I think somebody who likes single malts would like it. Exactly like that, yeah, like bloody butcher red corn. I like the label though. Looks more, it looks very summery. Looks like a summer advertisement. Like, this is a bottle you take to the beach, right? Oh yeah, I like the finish on that. So bready, so bready. What's next, guys? What do you guys like? So I just did the 2XO, I did the Clyde Maze, the Rough Rider. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Guilty thing that I'll confess to. I don't really like the Rough Rider as much as some of the other ones. I like Field and Sound. It's made by the same guy, but the Field and Sound is wheated bourbon. So the Rough Rider is, I don't know. It has those malty notes. Even the brandy cask one, it has the malty note, which I'm not a big fan of. So my palate is not the same as everybody else's. I feel like. Oh yeah, is it? Is it that different? I haven't tried it. Should I try it? I don't know. Most of it are different was from the rough one. Field and Sound rum finish is a special bottle. I just got my. Did you try it? Did you try the rum finish? Because that's like how can bourbon smell like this? That's what I get when I first try the Field and Sound rum finish. I'm like, what? This is not bourbon. It tastes like a mud. It tastes like mud after rain. It smells like that. But it doesn't taste like bourbon. It tastes like I don't know. It tastes like sampler and bottle immediately. You liked it, Mike? Ah, I don't know. I feel like the fluent sound. I have a feeling that if somebody gets the fluent sound and they try it, they will either really like it or they really hate it because the smell, the tropical smell, is very very strong on that. So, that's just my opinion. So that was the Jimmy Red. The Jimmy Red somehow is kind of similar to this because if you pour this and Jimmy Red, I think some people would get confused. I'm not saying I would. Some people would because the finish on it is kind of similar. It's like that cornbread finish, but the nose and the taste might like couldn't be more different. I didn't like the brandy finish at all, but loved the rum finish. Or the brandy finish of the Fiorin Sound. E.H. Taylor small batch. You know what's funny, Greg? This is the funniest thing because you just said it, and look at this. While I'm making this video, I've been looking at the small batch. But yeah, E.H. Taylor is good. I like it. So I went to the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and then I went to the Old Taylor Distillery, which is at Castro and Key Distillery. So right now it's Castro and Key. Earlier it used to be the last Buffalo Trace E.H. Taylor Distillery before Buffalo Trace bought it. So actually Castro and Key bought it. So I went there and I had an appointment for 3 p.m. to have a tour with Buffalo Trace for E.H. Taylor, the Old Taylor warehouse. But then I got stuck at Castro and Key because we were doing a barrel pick of Castro and Key. And I don't know, I just got stuck there. And then turns out Castro and Key was actually the original E.H. Taylor distillery. And what I also learned is that E.H. Taylor was the nephew of Zachary Taylor, who was the 12th president of the United States, which I find very cool. And he is the one who lobbied for the Bottled and Bond Act, which was basically an act which regulated the bourbon making process more. And that's why you see some of these labels you will see bottled in bond. I don't think I have a bottled in bond here. Bottled in bond basically means that the it has to be distilled at one distillery during one season by one distiller, and it has to be a blend of a smaller batch of bourbons. I don't know if that's true, but it should be 100 proof. It should be bottled at 100 proof, and it has to also be in a bonded warehouse. So yeah, it has to be in a government approved warehouse. So the non-distilling producers like this guy is a non-distilling producer. So 2XO started 3 years back, but this whiskey is like 7-8 years back. So it's probably MGP juice or some other juice that's in there. I'm not saying it's not good, but that's how most of the whiskey industry is. So they can't produce a bottled and bond. So when you see the small batch, that's the bottled and bond. You know what else I find cool about the E.H. Taylor small batch is that so E.H. Taylor was this guy with a lot of influence. I'll just give you guys a little history lesson that I got when I was in Kentucky. So E.H. Taylor was this guy in whatever year, I don't remember, but people were faking fake E.H. Taylor bottles, so they were making fakes of his bottle, and he was pissed about it. But the government was like, we can't do anything about it because faking alcoholic bottles is not a crime. So you know what he did? He made this bottle. This thing that you see on a lot of bottles these days, you see on this bottle, like the strip that goes through, and the Rieger bottle also has that. But this guy is the first guy to actually do it. Well, not this is Buffalo Trace, but E.H. Taylor, Colonel E.H. Taylor. this man, he did this thing first, because what he did was, okay, if forging bottles isn't a crime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign every single bottle that I make, and put this strip of my signature on top. So then if somebody wants to forge the bottles, they have to forge the signature as well, which back in the day was the largest crime you could make. So that's how he got people charged with forgery. But yeah, that's the story of E.H. Taylor. Somebody just joined, so thank you so much for joining, and yeah, welcome to the party. Perfect. So yeah, I've got some more stuff. I have the Doc Holiday 11-year barrel. This is barrel number 6750. I don't know if Shannon is watching, but Shannon would be very happy, and this would probably be Shannon's pick. But yeah, and then I also have. So we tried the J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey, but this is the J. Rieger regular whiskey, the straight bourbon whiskey. It's a 90 proof whiskey. Shannon, I see you, man. Perfect. I know which one I'm picking next, but that's the Doc Holiday. Oh, wow. I'm getting notes of sweet milk. Sweet milk is a note. It's very floral. I don't remember it being floral, but this time I'm getting a lot of floral notes. I'm also getting soft vanilla, so heavy vanilla, I guess. Oh my god, my trip to Kentucky was so much fun. And I've brought some goodies from Kentucky, so this is my barrel pick that they shipped me a sample of. So, and no worries, man. Yeah, out of everything I tried here, this is probably the best. Out of everything I tried here, the price tag on this one is also much higher. So, if I were to pick the best value, if I was if I was buying these bourbons on a shelf, which one would I pick? And I had a limited budget. Mm, either this one or these three would probably be my picks: the J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey, the 2XO, or the Clyde Maze. So yeah, Kansas City whiskey is just, I'm biased to it, but probably these two. Oh wow, I'm getting some coffee notes. There's a very subtle coffee note to this, and then on the palate, I need some water. I get a lot of cinnamon, some baking spice. I did, but I can try again. My tolerance is very high, my friend. Yeah, the finish is very okay on this one. It's like a bitter finish. So it starts out very sweet, but it goes into very bitterness, a lot of bitterness. So very okay. Some people call it complex. I call it oaky because you know, like now my mouth is literally bitter because of the dark holiday. So I'll retry the Clyde Maze, and then I'll finish it off with some good old Dark Arts Whiskey House. I'm sure a lot of people watching have probably not heard of this distillery. They're a small distributor in Lexington, Kentucky, and they do good things. They have famously sourced some Buffalo Trace buff turkey barrels. That's what they call it, and I don't know if it's just rumors. Well, we haven't released the barrel pick yet, so I don't know. I don't know when the barrel pick would be ready. I just had it here because I love it. So I could probably ship some samples out though, because I have this bottle here. This was the Clyde Maze. Extremely caramelly. It's so viscous. Not as viscous as this one. I would say this is like a thicker Clyde Maze. This is a thicker Clyde Maze. If I don't know if that makes sense, but this is just a thicker Clyde Maze. Even though this is Kentucky, this is Alabama. Is this distilled in Alabama? You make me curious now. Let's see. Experimented over the years, all of that stuff, some good stuff. Bottled. Yo, distilled in Indiana. So this is also distilled in Indiana. So this is MGP juice. It's not actually Alabama bourbon, but you know what? It was aged in Alabama, and that's where the magic happened. So we'll call it Alabama bourbon. This is Alabama bourbon. This is Kentucky bourbon. And this one is distilled in Moment of Truth. So it says produced and bottled by Prestige Beverage Group. But this doesn't say distilled in anywhere. Is that possible? I don't know. Possibly MGP. These two possibly came from the same brick house, but this is just an older brother of this guy. Yeah, I like it. Mike, let's go for the dark arts now. I'm rationing my pour because I love this so much. Oh my god, it's so good. This is a Mizunara cask finish, I think. No, this is a blend of the Mizunara and Ambunara cask finish. So this is a blend of both. And this actually is from a rick house that so the Dark Arts Whiskey House, they don't usually pull from this rick house, but this is their first pick from this particular rick house. So I'm getting so much jelly. It's crazy how much jelly there is in this because I'm just getting peanut butter jelly. It's like a PBJ sandwich. So many sweet notes. I don't know what Mizunara is. I've only heard that term being thrown around in the whiskey world, like, oh, this is finished in Mizunara cask. I don't know what Ambunara is, but this is really good. That's all I know. This is a PBJ sandwich. It's a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Wow. So we're in New York right now, and Whiskey Library is based in New York. It's very hard to work with these craft distilleries because a lot of distributors are with the big guys, and these craft distilleries don't really have distribution in New York, and in New York you have to buy from the distributor. So it becomes extremely hard to work with these distributors. But we're soon going to open a new facility in DC, which helps us work with a lot of these small craft distilleries. So that's the plan. Mizunara oak is a Japanese variant that needs to grow for about around 200 years before it's harvested for barrels. That's crazy. 200 years. It tastes really good. And it takes time. Way more time than whiskey does. Wow. I'm curious how the tree looks. Mizunara. 200 years is crazy. Gives me another reason to cherish this Mizunara oak cask finish. Hey Greg, what's up, man? Sorry, it's a little confusing. I'm glad you're here. It's a rarity, yeah. I'm not kidding. It's been 7 days and I've been rationing this every single night. I pour just a little bit with some food and I pair this with food. Just neat. Oh my god, it's so good. This is dangerous. This is dangerous, but not in like the alcohol is dangerous way. It's like dangerous meaning like this is really really good. It's dangerous for you because if you have this bottle, it's like, ow. And I'm not even gonna dump anything because there's nothing left. Now let's go through the blend of everything here. Getting some malty notes from the Jimmy Red. Oh wow. It evolves into this oaky graham cracker, cereal, cinnamon. Right? That's what I think too. Good whiskey is good, but when you hear the story of a whiskey and then you're like, oh wow, this took 200 years. 200 years is a long time. The Mizunara oak tree that contributed to the making of this whiskey, um, probably the person that was or the way it was germinated, the seed that germinated didn't have any idea about whiskey and anything. So that's pretty enticing. Wow. And that's why it tastes so good. You know what? This is a good blend. We should release this as a blend. I'm just gonna have some more of the Mizunara. I'm going to blind taste some Mizunara with the blend. Right? None of us were on the planet. A lot of these whiskeys that I try. I'm 21, so a lot of these whiskeys that I try, I'm like, how did this whiskey exist before I was born? Like, I'm picking these barrels that are like 8 years old. 8 years old. This is our barrel pick, by the way. So this barrel 1319. We actually just released it today. We didn't send out an email about it because AJ did not. He wanted to send a Clyde Mays email. But this is our barrel pick. So cheers to that. But 8 years back, I was like, how old was I? 14? Yeah, 13. 13. That's how old I was. And that's when Richard, my friend, decided to pour some white dog into some barrels. And it randomly got sold to me later. So, pretty happy with that. Yeah, that's really good. I wonder what would happen if I pour this into the. You know what I should do one day? I should blind taste a bunch of these bottles, and I should actually blind taste because these two glasses are different, so I can't really blind taste these. But I should have the same type of bottle and swap them around. Wow, that's good. And that's the plan. Thank you so much, Shannon, Mike, Greg, whoever is watching. Thank you so much for joining. And cheers. We have a lot more good stuff coming your way. And yeah, thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you. I'm just waiting on a good night. Thanks for joining. Cheers, man. See you next week. Always makes me happy when Greg, Mike, Shannon, all the boys, this is the boys hangout. Cheers.